Hi there, so nice you're watching. Today I'm about to review 6 of my favorite materials, and most of them I discovered this year, 2025. Let's start with a new art journal. I discovered that I really love talking about art journals, so if you want to know more about art journals, make sure you watch this video till the end. Then I also tell you some more stories about the art journals that I've been working in this year. And this is, well, actually the thing that I want to show you, which is really my first thing I want to share with as a very favorite material from this year. So this is the Clairfontaine journal. I don't know how they call it, but I really fell in love with this book. It's just wonderful paper. This is just the beginning. So this is the page that holds the book and the cover together. So this is kind of thin paper. You can still see it here because here I haven't painted on it yet. So it's well, thinner paper, but you can, well, work on it in a good way. And also this paper, it isn't that thick. I think it's about 120 grams or something. I don't have any description of this book anymore, but I put the link below anyway, and then you can find all the information about this book. Now, normally I used to well, dry some leaves or plants or flowers in my book. So that's what happened here. And this is just one of the pages in this book. And what I see, this book really motivates me to go deep into the pages. And it's also, well, forcing me to do something more with the width of the pages. It's both a square page, so you have a very long, well, page to work on, like landscapes or some abstracts. That's how I started this book, and it's also helping me to create different compositions, one on this page and one on this page, but that belong together. So I really love that things are totally different, but it's in the same color and they are going along with each other. So I found it really a wonderful book to work in. The paper is really good for acrylic, but also for some illustration techniques like here, and also collage. It does, well, it works very good on this paper. Also with the glue, it's just no problem at all. And for me, I also mention when I'm working in this book, I'm very focused and go into detail more than when I'm working in, for example, Dina Wakley book. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just because this period in my life I'm quite focused, and I am sometimes working on a page for 2 weeks or so, and not that I'm working on it every day, but it's like the process is coming up and I really want to have the attention for the page, and I work on it until it's finished. And for example, this page I've been working on, I think 4 or 5 sessions, and it was lots of fun doing this. And if you want to see my other art journals, make sure you watch this video till the end, because then I show you the rest of the art journals that I've been working in this year, and also some tips about that. Now, this is something I know for already a long time, and it's called Bister. Now, Bister is a natural pigment available in powder or liquid like this. And if you have the powder, you can simply add some water to it and then mix it up a bit, and then you have your Bister. You can also create several well, gradations in how much of the powder you put in, And then you have a lighter version and a dark version. So I really love to sketch with it. You can do it the same way as you use Indian ink, but many people don't know this. And it's, well, it used to be created from tar and burnt wood, and also from the shells from walnut, and it's been used for staining furniture and floors, and of course in art. And I really love the effect of the brown color. And let's see where I can add some Bister. I can simply work here and go over the... I can't use this one. I only can use this one. So you can use a pen and simply create something with it. You can also use a reed pen or, well, some sticks or the back of a brush. I will just go for this pen, and then maybe I will show you the effect of when using a brush and some water. Of course, I simply made a portrait. And now maybe for the hair we can use the brush. I have a smaller brush and I can add some water, and then you can see the effect. And it's beautiful brown. And sometimes you have to take new water. But look at this color, it's so wonderful. And I can even use a larger brush if I want to. This is a book I've been creating for another project, and I will show you more of the book later on in another video. But for now, I just wanted to do something with the Bister in it, and maybe I can overlap these pages, these musical pages a little, to let the brown come back on this page as well. I don't want to overlap everything. Just a tiny part. And maybe this is even too much, so I will take a little off with a kitchen towel. Now it's almost nothing, but what I like about it is that I see part of a face here. Looking from the side, and here's another eye. So I'm connecting the pages that are already there. So this is my small Bister project, and it's actually something that I know for about, I think, almost 15 years or so, because my first painting teacher used this a lot, also in combination with acrylic paint, and it's possible. And the only thing about Bister is that it's not really lasting long. It could be yellowed or getting vague, but it's especially when you put something on your wall and it's well, it's having it's in the sunlight and things like that. But when you are having it in a book, I think it won't fade. I haven't mentioned it so far. So it's a lovely experience, and they also are available in other colors, but I stay true to the brownish version because I love that one the most. It's a very warm color. So the third thing I want to show you are the Derwent graphite blocks. These ones. And the pencils. For my next project, I have these two Derwent things, and it's actually the same material. And this one, I have to thank Machtel Groenwald for lending it from you. And it's a very nice thing. When you open it, you see immediately what it is. It's graphite, but then in a color. So it's kind of like, you can use it as a pencil, but you can also use water with it. So I will show you also how this is working. And then I was thinking, I want to buy this one too. But then I saw the pencils and I thought it would be nice to have some pencils instead of this, because you can actually do the same things. But with this, you can also create details and you can make drawings very detailed. And that's something that I'm used to when working with the Derwent Inktense. This week was my first experience with these pencils. I even didn't remove the stickers yet. They're very annoying because it's very sticky when you remove them. Oh, it's not really sticky right now, so I'm happy with that. So I really love this one so far, but I will give you a little demonstration. And I can use the white paper and also the black paper. This is the Meta's Buku that she created a couple of years ago. This one isn't especially for doing art journaling, but I wanted to try, as she is also the Buku creator, and they have much thicker papers in it. And this one is just for notebook, used for notebook, but I can use it for, well, I use it for everything. I will just go for this one and just create some mark making things, and I can also do that on the black page. I don't know the effect right now because I haven't tried everything. And I will go for the blue, and I will go for this. I love this color. It's called Port. Now actually I love Port, so maybe that's why I love the color as well. Now what you could do is add some water again, and I still have my water from my Bister experiment. So it's a little brown, but I don't mind. And you see what's happening. And it's a different effect as the Derwent pencils. Oh, I haven't mixed that one up. It's a bit powdery, like charcoal or pastel. You see here still some powder, but if I add some water to it, it just disappears. And now I will see if I can do this part. Oh, that's completely different. I don't know what this will be like when it's dried, but I will not cover everything. And now I have these pencils, and I will simply create some patterns with that. Now I will see if there will be the same thing when I'm doing this with the pencils. I'll take some clean water. Oh, my brush wasn't clean as well, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think that I'm going to use these ones as the only thing on a page, but I think I will use them in combination with acrylic, because they are really wonderful when you do this also with acrylic. It's not very like opaque when you water it, but maybe it's also dependent on the paper, because here it's more opaque than on that one. Let's have this one. I think this was the Port. I don't know. Or it's another color of red. I don't know. we're just trying, and I will definitely work with this material later on. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is the port, I think. This is the same as that one. So I really love it. And also before doing some portraits, and I'm just learning. And when I have a new material and I am addicted, like with the Derwent Inktense, I will use it again and again and again. And for this, well, sometimes I buy things like last year I also bought some oil pastels, and then I discovered that wasn't really something for me, and now they are still unused. So, well, I think when I have just one good experience with it, and that's why I not often buy a lot of new things, because, well, I just don't use it. I always go back to my basic material, which is acrylic paint. I have a lot of zero-waste material, which is very nice to use, and I already have boxes full of stuff to use, so why should I buy more? And just sometimes it happens that I have an experience like, whoa, this is so cool, like the Dino Way of the Clairfontaine book, and also with this, I think this could be one of my new favorite things. Like here you can already, I see a pattern in it, and maybe I can just expand that pattern. I really love that. And sometimes it's also about patience. We don't take time to play and to experiment new materials. So sometimes it's good to just try and test things out and ask people, what do you use? What do you use? What's your favorite one? So that's something that I'm going to be asking to you as a hidden question as well. What's your latest discovery? What's your gem in having new materials? What's your favorite? What was your, well, something that you can't do without anymore, because this brought you so much fun in the last period of time. And last year I also discussed some colors, some paints, but this year I will go for, well, other materials than just paint. But this is definitely something nice, but it's not really, oh, maybe it is working on black paper. Now I'm adding some water. Yeah, it's nice. So let's go to the next one, because I could go on forever, and I'm sure I'm going to be using this. Number 4 is this great vintage roller brayer, a decoration roller, and it has an extra roller too. Now for this one, I can't find any link, but this is a vintage roller that I bought at the market in Amsterdam. And it comes with this one, and sometimes you can find sets of these on in secondhand shops, vintage shops. It's really nice to go on eBay, or maybe on Etsy they have it as well. And there are decoration rollers, but they are, I don't know how old they are. They were used for decorating table papers for on the table, or even clothes, I think. And they used to do it with ink, but you can easily do it with acrylics as well. So I will show what the effect is. And I can also do that on this page. I thought I had some leftover paint, but the weight was dried up already. So maybe there's too much on it right now, I don't know. Maybe I could better take the other one. Oh, I just spread it a bit like this. Normally I spread it with another brayer, but I don't mind that. There's some more on it on some spots and some less, then you can see the effect. Okay, I will go white on black because then it's the most visible. Look at this, it's so wonderful. And now I'm about to turn the page. And I just do something more here. And I love the effect of it when it's not that visible that it's a pattern. I really love this. And I could also go for a dark color, like for example, Payne's Gray. Or maybe mix it a little with white. And then I can do something on the other page, like here. And I have used this roller already in projects many times. I bought it in, I think, January or February of this year. And it's really a nice thing. I really love using it. I will show you the other one too. So now we have this without the holder. And I haven't tried this one often yet. So this is the result of this one. And well, it's just a decoration that comes back sometimes. And I really love that. So a student of mine, Andrea, she bought a set and I think there were around 8 rollers with it. So sometimes it's just, well, sometimes you're lucky, and she was really lucky because it wasn't that expensive. And this set of 2 was around 30 euros, 35, I don't know anymore, but something between 30 and 35. So that's something you can keep in mind when you search for it. And there are a lot of people asking too much for it, but I think, well, it's just how well, I wanted to have it, so I just bought it. And the final thing I'd like to show you today is the Sennelier Abstract 3D liner. And it's a wonderful tool to create 3D drawings in your art journal or on your painting or whatever. And it's an amazing tool to create some depth in your work, and you can also write with it. I've used this for this page for my magician project, and this could be read by the blind ones because it's really 3D. And I also used it for a little pattern in this book that goes along with the magician project. And here you can also feel the dots. It's very nice. And the mini book will be here when it's completely finished. But now I will show you. I will do the demonstration in this book, and I will just go for some round shapes, and you have to just press a little, and then you can make little dots with it. You can decide how much paint is coming out. So also when you want to write something, you can use a thin line or a thicker line. Now I go for thicker dots of paint, but I could also go for something more. This is still wet, I don't know what's going to be happening. So here, this one is dry, so I will go for smaller dots here, or maybe just one line, a thin line. So you can see, you can also make very thin lines with it. And I can also create a line that's coming from above, and now I'm going to get more paint, or I don't know what the substantion is. And if I leave it, if I do nothing, there will be nothing there. So it's, and when I press it, there will be more. So you can really have an effect of thinner and thicker. But it's depending on how much you push this together. Like, I really love it, and they have them in different colors. I think around 20 or something. But well, I really bought a lot of Posca pens, but it turns out that I'm not using them not that much because I don't like the colors. I want to mix my own colors. So I only used the neutral colors from Posca and from other acrylic markers. And I was afraid it would be the same case if I bought colored ones from these. And I also heard from my student Machteld Wiegmans that she only bought the white and black, and you can simply go over it with paint. So if you just want the effect of 3D and you want to keep that, but you want to have it in another color, in a different color, you can simply put paint over it with a thin brush. So that's also an option, and then you just have to buy one. As I promised, there will be a little bonus part in this video, and I was showing this book as already one of my favorites from this year. And I was actually coming across this book when I was looking for an alternative for my Dina Wakley media journal. And this is the one I created the cover myself, but this is the one that actually got me into art journaling around 5 years ago. And the first one was a collaboration, and I already now filled, well, around 4. Yeah, I filled four of these journals from this size. The smaller size, actually, this one is around like this. They are still available in the Netherlands. This one isn't available. It's out of production. Maybe it will come again. When it will be there again, I have just, well, I'm looking forward to work in this kind of books again. But yeah. They contain burlap, watercolor paper like this, craft paper, and also, what do we have more? Burlap again. I think there's canvas like this. This is the canvas part, fabric. So it's craft paper. This is also here. You can see the canvas better. I have already created a flip through of this book. It's just wonderful to work in this book, and it was a fun experience to create 4 books and never got bored. I never was bored about this. It was really a pleasure. So I hope this will be in stock again. And as I was searching for alternative books, I also was trying to find out if I could create books myself. And there was the point where my friend Meta from Buco Delphi came along, and she helped me creating 2 wonderful books to bind them myself. So I now know how to create my own books, and well, it's really the great thing about creating your own book is that you can choose. That's the best benefit of creating your own books. What will you put in the book? What's your favorite paper? So this is the Khadi watercolor paper. It's just one of my favorite kind of papers. Thanks to Denise Love, because she mentioned that in her bookbinding class online. And it's also something I've done before I created this book with Meta. I followed all of our classes on bookbinding, and it's a really, I can really recommend that if you want to buy your own books, go to Denise's classes because it's really wonderful. You can see it was also a challenge to work on my self-chosen materials, because it was very hard to do something with it because they were already so beautiful themselves. So it was very, well, distracting me from my own art sometimes. So I find it easier to have a book with less options, because then I can really do my own thing. But also it felt a bit like I had a collaboration with myself or with the fabrics that were in the book. And then the final book, which I also wanted to mention in this material video, because this was also a favorite material, but I couldn't find them on Amazon anymore. Maybe you can find it in your local shop. I can still find it in the Netherlands in some web shops. So if you look for the Dina Wakley Ledger Journal, I hope you can find it still. Because it's a really fun book to work in, and I customized it myself, and I will soon show you the final part of this book, and of course I will also show you the flip through. And it's a very nice book because it has these yellowed pages, like it's faded or it's very old. And then there's a lot of text in the background. You can't see it anymore because I overlapped almost everything here. You can still see a part with the letter text. And it's just amazing to work upon it and to see what's happening. Everything is having a very old look. I thought the pages were quite thin, but it did hold the paint very well. And also collage materials turned out to be fine. The only, disadvantage of it is that sometimes it's happening that the middle of the paper, the paint is getting off, and I can repair it again and again and again, but it doesn't work out. Sometimes I have that with the normal Dina Wakley journals as well. But okay. This is a very fun book, and it really encouraged me to go through a very personal phase in my life, and it really helped me to find my new way of telling about my life in my art journal, and it was becoming very personal. There was still a lot of collage, but it really motivated me to go inward and do more illustrations. That's also something that the book asked for me, because the paper was already so beautiful and I wanted to create some like vintage pages or something. That was really something what this book was doing. So if you can still find this book, this is my final tip for today. So I hope you have some ideas to put on your wish list, and I hope you also enjoyed this video. And next time you will see more of my art again. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell if you haven't already. Then you won't miss my next videos. I hope to see you next week, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.